All right, let's jump into some questions. So this is the RT6 here.
So one of our questions is it a true 1 power?
This is a good question. As far as I remember, to a very vague experiment just done across the warehouse, I don't notice any significant change looking through it, not looking through it. So I believe would be 1 or at least be close enough. I'm not seeing any significant, with most of these you get that little wobble around the outside of the ones. If that ticks your box for not being true 1 power, but as soon as you're in the center of the reticle, you get no movement like that. Is it illuminated? Yes, it is illuminated. How illuminated is it? Let's find out. I don't know if we've got a setting on here, but they are 10 settings with an off setting between each. I believe they are day bright. If they're based on any of the other RT lines, which they are, they'll be day bright. There'll be no problems running them through the day. In fact, they'll probably have to wind it down a step or two. They are always pretty solid. Okay, so we had a couple of questions about how does this compare to the Vortex Strike Eagle, and also how does it compare against the Vortex Viper? Good questions. So the Strike Eagle, I'd say that this is probably my preferred option. Generally, sort of dollar for dollar, the Burruses, at least to my eye, will look a little bit better from an optical point of view. So that's probably about it. Like there's only those sort of limited benefits, and you're talking about $100 or so difference. So for a little bit nicer glass, I generally will opt for the Burrus on that sort of stuff. And then it's going to come down a little bit of features. Like I like the fact that this is included in this one. That may even be enough to make the package worthwhile to look at the Burrus. Yeah, definitely worth considering. As for the Viper, without having put them side by side, which I definitely have not done, I have put the Strike Eagle side by side. We've got one downstairs. I've got a couple downstairs, the 1 to 6 and the 1 to 8. As for the Viper, comparing it to other Vipers, the glass would be a little bit nicer on the Viper. You're paying a little bit more for it. The reticle, in fact, Josh, I think you've got the reticle. If you can bring that up on screen.
Sure do.
Yeah, if you have a little of the reticle, a lot of this stuff's going to come down to your preference in reticle, and so at that point you might take a little bit of a hit in how good the glass is, maybe just like a slight step down because you favour the reticle that's there. So I think you've got that reticle there that is the round with the dot in the middle, and then also some holding marks both for wind and for drop. And so I would, at this sort of level, when you're sort of toing and froing between $100 here, a couple $100 there, reticle is a big factor because that's obviously your interaction with North downrange. I think Josh even got the more detailed specs, so you can find this on the Burrus website. It might be on ours, but it's definitely on the Burrus website. If you want to put that one up.
Do you want me to flash it up?
Yeah, chuck that one up. And while we won't go through all the specs here, this sort of stuff, it can be the deciding factor between two scopes. And so for me, with the long range stuff, as long as it ticks a few boxes, reticle is basically what I buy on. And so you will see there in that particular reticle the subtensions between it's pretty comprehensive in terms of what it covers and how big that dot will appear at given distances, and you've got measurements and thicknesses and all that sort of thing. So you know what type of things you're shooting and what you're doing with it. That's the same reticle. You may just need to check those subtensions on this particular model. Because that is a slightly different setup for a different magnification there, but you'll be able to track that down on the Burrus website as well. Hopefully that's enough answers to keep you going. We're always happy to take those questions. Yeah, anytime give us a buzz here and take you through. We should definitely do a comparison between the Strike Eagle. We'll get a Viper in. We haven't got any here at the moment. They're all gone out. They've been very popular recently, and there's a few lined up for back order as well, although they are inbound at present. So we should definitely check out the Strike Eagle and this here. Josh, let's put that on the list to check out. That would be good. Yeah, we'll leave it open for another minute or two, covering any questions that we need to, if there are any that come through. But we're going to try and do this on a relatively regular basis. We're growing here, and we're trying to sort of take a few more people on board to be able to produce more content for you guys, to be able to put more information out there. So we're hoping to be able to do this every couple of weeks or so. So what I'd love to see is what you would like in terms of scopes to look at, or things we want to. We talked about the reticle focus tonight. If there's other elements that you'd like covered off, that'd be great. Josh's also going to grab this video and break it up into its different segments, put that out there for you guys to check out. That way you can be bite-sized emphasised on a particular topic or a particular product. Is the Burris warranty as good as the Vortex warranty? Yes, I believe it is. I mean, Vortex set the pace with the warranty, and Burris have been, the couple of occasions that we've had Burris go back under warranty has been a straight swap, and they've been brilliant to deal with. So they have their, I forget what they call it, but there's no questions asked. Basically, they just sort it out and get it replaced. And because Beretta, who run Burris here in Australia, are local and they don't have to send it off for a assessment and things like that, it gets dealt with quite like Vortex, where they can do assessments locally and they can just make decisions about replacing or repairing it in Australia. Same thing with Burris, which is really nice, as opposed to some brands where you do have to send it off overseas and wait period of time, which at the moment is extremely slow. Warranty on the tripod, I believe these are a 10-year warranty on these ones here. I don't believe I've had any issues on a tripod. I think I've had one ball head have an issue and they got replaced. So they've been excellent to deal with as well. Really good options, really good options. Very good. Well, guys, we will wrap that up tonight. Thank you for dropping in, and thank you for all your comments as we've been going along. We look forward to doing this again. Thanks for those who got involved. And Josh, thanks for pressing all the buttons and making it all work. I assume it all.
I'll be here all week.
I assumed it all worked. And we'll see you guys whenever we can do this again. Stay tuned to our various social medias, and no doubt there'll be some more information out soon. Cheers.